Hello and welcome everyone, it's Martin here at CryptoGains. Let's begin by contextualizing the massive event that we witnessed last week based on on-chain data from Glassnode. Last Wednesday we witnessed the biggest daily capitulation with total realized losses for the day, that's Wednesday last week, totaling $4.5 billion. And the total for the week was $14.2 billion. As you can see on that chart, that was the biggest day of realized losses ever recorded in the history of Bitcoin trading, eclipsing both the January and February 2018 as well as the March 2020 sell-offs. What is also interesting to observe is that the net daily losses, that's losses versus gains on the day, also reached a historical high, almost twice as large as the one that we witnessed in March 2020, with net daily losses of 2.56 billion. As you can see, that was definitely something huge, not something that happens often in history and not something that is likely to happen in the near future, although we can never know. Moving to some of the other insightful analysis, this, what many term the FUD bath of 2021, FUD of course stands for fear, uncertainty and doubt, also reached the percent of entities in profit to the critical level of 76%, which is acting as a very good support, and usually this percentage tends to bounce up once again and resume in the uptrend. Now, we can see that this is the first time that it's touching that level, and it's quite likely that it's going to rebound once again before breaching down below it in a more decisive manner. So this doesn't necessarily mean that the bull run is over, but it's definitely something significant to keep an eye on. Next, we're moving to the net unrealized profit and loss, which touched the level of 0.5 for the first time in this current bull run. As you can see, it's only happened for the first time in 2021. It happened 4 times in 2017 and 3 times in 2013, indicating that probably there is more steam behind the current bull run in Bitcoin. And now let's take a look at what miners are doing. From early May, we witnessed a very significant increase in miner distribution, as indicated by this steep increase in the amount of Bitcoin that miners are sending to exchanges, potentially preparing to sell it. But altogether, we can see that they were still net accumulating Bitcoin, although at a slower pace, even as prices were tumbling from about 60,000 to below 40,000. So this is what the on-chain data can tell us. But now let's move to the technical charts and see how you can actually trade these ideas. For Bitcoin, the critical level to look at is 38,500. Above that level, we have good opportunities to buy Bitcoin with targets 39,000 and 39,900, where we have very strong resistance. Conversely, below 38,500, it's quite likely that we may see declines, taking us down to the nearest support at 37,300 and then even lower to 36,000. Now let's move to Ethereum. The pivotal point for Ethereum is at 2,590. Above that level, good opportunities to buy Ethereum with targets 2,675 and 2,740. Conversely, below 2,590, there are good opportunities to sell Ethereum with targets 2,530 and 2,200. And now let's move to Cardano. For Cardano, I'm looking for prices to break above 1.575 to initiate long positions with targets 1.62 and 1.7. Conversely, below 1.575, I'm looking to sell Cardano with targets 1.5 and 1.42, which is the longer term support area. And the final 2 ideas come from 2 strong performers. The first one is Qtum. After dipping to as low as 6, Qtum recovered strongly, and I'm looking for a break above 12 to initiate long positions with targets at 14 and then at 16.5, which 14 is the nearest resistance and 16.5 is longer term support at higher levels. Conversely, below 12, selling Qtum with targets 11 and 9.5. And finally, the final idea is from Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic also witnessed a very strong recovery over 78. Good opportunities to buy Ethereum Classic with targets at 87 and 94. Conversely, below 78, the bears are likely to prevail with targets on the short side 71.5 and 56.5. So these are all ideas for today. Keep learning with the video education section and Crypto Gains Market Insight subsection. And remember to join our Crypto Signals Made Easy channel for lots of insightful articles and trading ideas. Very importantly, don't forget that on Thursday, that's in 2 days, at 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Central European time, I'm hosting a crypto webinar. We have over 12,000 people registered so far. It's going to be very oversubscribed. Make sure you book your space because spaces are going to be limited. Thanks for joining me today. Trade wisely and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.